Bismillah. I'm gonna holler at the sis for just a minute. So, a lot of y'all are talking about you want to get married. You got a brother in mind that you want to marry, but he may not make enough money for you, right? Maybe he just works at Walmart. He's a stocker, or he's a cashier, or maybe he changes oil at the local Jiffy Lube, or fill-in station, or whatever. Sisters, you gotta lower your expectations a little bit. A lot of y'all have expectations of $30,000 ring, $30,000 dowry, $500,000 home. You want him to put you in a ridiculously priced vehicle, Range Rovers and BMWs and all this kind of stuff before you'll even wed him. And I know what a lot of y'all are thinking, well, I don't want a Range Rover and I don't want a BMW. All I want is a nice Honda Civic, Honda Accord. Well, brothers and sisters, I'm here to tell you, even a Honda Civic or a Honda Accord is about a $30,000 car, and that's if you pay it off in cash. A lot of y'all are expecting these brothers to go out and put themselves in debt. That's haram. Look at the house of Aisha. May Allah be pleased with her. For example, this was a one-room dwelling. She wasn't complaining to the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, get us a nicer house, get us a bigger camel, so on and so forth. Really consider the implications of what you're putting, the pressure you're putting on these brothers, right? You're putting a lot of pressure on these brothers to perform these ridiculous financial feats, and a lot of them are just trying to figure out how to make it from week to week, from month to month, and they're willing to give a piece of their soul every single day by going into the workforce and dealing with all of the traumatic situations that you have to deal with as far as bosses go, as far as other employees go, and the drama that comes along with it. And it seems like you guys are still not satisfied with that. You should really take a lesson from the wives of the Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the wives of all the other prophets. These women were living in a different time. They were living in a time when you didn't have to have a mortgage. You didn't have to have a camel payment. You got to look at it like with some reality behind it. I'm not saying that there's brothers out there who can't afford these types of things. Of course there are. But we're talking about the top 1%. And if you're not top 1% quality, how can you expect to have a top 1% brother who is going to be your provider, right? All right. So when it comes to providing and maintaining wife and a family, if you are able to get by and have love, build your relationship, and build your bond together for your entire life, that in and of itself is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants for us. Y'all are putting unrealistic expectations on brothers and then walking around talking about there just ain't no good men. Astaghfirullah. It's not the men's fault, sisters. It's the expectations that you're putting on them. May Allah protect them and give you me. Now, a lot of y'all might argue back, say, well, I make my own money. I'm a boss, right? And I deserve for him to make just as much as me. Well, if that's the case, be prepared to hit the wall. Be prepared to reach 30 years old, 35 years old, be husbandless, childless, and be living by yourself and have your cats and your routine and say, well, and walk around telling everybody how you're at peace with that. I'm okay with that because I deserve the best, girl. All right. I'm not saying that all y'all sisters don't deserve the best. You deserve the best you can get. All right. You're putting an unrealistic expectations. There's a lot of brothers out there. All right. There's a lot of brothers out there. If you didn't place stupid expectations on them, they would be amazing husbands. A lot of them, they're not making as much money as you want them to make, so they're not on your radar. He's good looking. He practices his deen. He places Allah first. He puts a strong emphasis on family unit and on family bonding. But because he don't make 6 digits a year, 6 figures a year, you won't even give him a second glance, right? Because he may pull up to the masjid in 1995 Lexus that's kind of beat up, or a 1995 Toyota Celica that's kind of beat up. So you won't even give him a second look, not even understanding how much potential that brother really has and how much he's really willing to throw a piece of his soul away every day in order to go out and bust his butt, try to get better and vibe for y'all, right? All you can see is that, well, right now he's still living at home with his mom, and he's driving the old busted up Toyota. That's all you see. You're unable to see past that. So consider the implications of this stuff, sisters, inshallah. I believe if you lower your expectations just a little bit and place more emphasis on the deen and on Islam and on Allah and his beloved messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I believe you'll find that you will find love a lot easier, inshallah. A lot of you sisters have opportunities to become second wife. You've been in a situation where you've made those bad decisions for years and you've placed your expectations too high, and as a result of that, you may not be the ideal choice for a first wife, for a brother. A lot of brothers want want for first wives. They want young women, childless women, who they can build their family with. And a lot of you sisters may have made decisions in your youth, chase career, chase education, and things like that may limit you in necessarily finding that top 1% or top 10% or whatever it is that you believe you're qualified for. So as a result of that, you need to open your perspective to some of the other options that brothers are out there giving that are, mashallah, awesome options. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has opened that door for brothers to take on more than one wife in order that each woman may have a husband, right? Each woman may find that love, that support, that protection, that comfort. So you got to really assess your situation and do it honestly with an open mind so that you can see what your options truly are versus your perceived options. Because a lot of times perception doesn't match reality, right? And it's not saying anything negative towards any of you sisters out there. We're all in different situations. Some of us are 10s in the look departments but 0s in the finance. Some of us are 10s in the finances and 0s in the looks department, so on and so forth. It's just about making an honest assessment and really seeking to build your empire and become something more, be something more together as a family, as a unit. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just see a lot of fitna in the world, a lot of unmarried brothers and unmarried sisters, and I see a lot of brothers who are struggling. And I also see a lot of brothers who are not struggling, who are not striving to do their best, okay? And then they're complaining that sisters have expectations that are too high. And in reality, that's not the case. And brothers, I'll get to y'all, inshallah. I'll get to y'all. But this is more directed at sisters and their expectations that they're placing, okay? Because I know a lot of you brothers be watching this and you'll be like, yeah, bro, yeah, that's the boat I'm in, I only made 30,000 this year. I only made 20,000 this year. And sister so-and-so was on my radar to marry, but I can't marry her because she says I don't make enough money, or because we're going to have to live in a 1-bedroom studio for a while. A lot of you are looking at current situations and thinking that that's going to be your all the time situation. Like, ooh, girl, I'm not marrying him. He's living in a 1-bedroom studio, or he's living with his parents still. And you think that's always going to be the case and always going to be the situation. When in fact, you don't realize brothers already got $10,000, $20,000 saved up by living at home with his parents. He's making moves. He's working. He's putting it back a little slowly. And he's ready to offer you a life and a potential good partnership, a good husband, a good leader, right? He's trying to offer you that, but you don't put him on your radar because you don't know the behind the scenes. There are some brothers out there who are not striving. They're not. They're making excuses. They're wanting to lay around all day, stay up all night, play video games, all that kind of stuff. Those are the brothers that, frankly, they don't deserve to be married right now. If you're not willing to put in the effort and you're not willing to chase and be self-motivated, then yeah, bro, I'm sorry to tell you, but you just don't deserve a wife. Your self-motivation will speak volumes as to your potential for her when she looks at you as a potential spouse, potential husband, right? But if she sees you just laying around eating Cheetos all the time and, you're living at your mom's playing video games, eating Cheetos, not getting off couch to do anything, you won't mow the yard, you won't even carry in groceries for your mother, your sister, whatever, whoever you're staying with, So a lot of you just have your priorities wrong, brothers. And like I said, I'll get to that in a whole separate video. And for you brothers who are watching this, who may be in that boat, who don't know how to become motivated, I encourage you, check out the Stronghold of Sultan, okay? Stronghold of Sultans is the men's group for brothers who are looking to be held accountable and to be forced to live up to their potential by other brothers holding them accountable. If you have potential, all of us have potential, brothers. We all have potential. So if you're one of those brothers, reach out to Maliki Click, Stronghold of Sultan at gmail.com. Get involved with us. There's brothers on there who will motivate you, hold you accountable, hold your feet to the fire, push to forge each other out of steel, right? Steel sharpens steel, and that's ticket here, helping each other to grow, to better ourselves. And if you're a sister who's watching this and you have a guy who's potentially on your radar for marriage and he may be lacking a quality or two, right, that you wish he would bring up, he may have great ideas, but he may not know how to apply those ideas, for example, then I urge you to urge him to join the Stronghold of Sultan, because in the Stronghold of Sultans, we have that fellowship, that brotherhood, that bond where we will reach out to each other and say, hey, bro, what moves have you made today to be a better man, to be a better Muslim, provide better for yourself, for your family, those types of things. So sisters should want their brothers to be. It's not a woman-hating group. It's not a misogynistic group where we just go on there and bash women. It's nothing like that. These are all positive type things, and we may be hard on each other from time time to time. But you know what, brothers? We need to be hard on each other from time to time, because a lot of us brothers, we don't get motivated by somebody being soft with us, or, telling us, well, if you don't mind, could you, go and apply for that job? Or if you don't mind, could you possibly fill out that resume so that you can provide a better life for your family? Some brothers need that, but a lot of brothers need like strong motivation, strong and solid motivation. That's the brothers that were there to provide that for you. So Ramadan Mubarak. Thanks for watching. Sisters, take a close look at your expectation and make sure that they match reality, and that you are giving yourself the best opportunity for success in finding a marriage, and that you are giving yourself the best opportunity for finding love and for building a home, having babies, raising the next generation of Muslims, so on and so forth. But you can't do that whenever you expect this brother who's 25 years old, who's 35 years old, to provide you with a $500,000 home and $100,000 Range Rover. Don't send these brothers out, make them get themselves in debt in order to appease your large appetite, okay? So I heard a story the other day. I'm going to finish up with this about Adam and Eve, right? Adam and Hawa. And it goes like this. They were in the garden. Adam told Hawa, listen, we're going to be in here forever. We never have to want for anything, and our desires will be met as soon as we can even think them. She stopped. She thought about it for a second, and she said, need just a little bit more though. Is that all? So don't be one of those sisters, right? That's a joke, of course. Don't be one of those sisters who looks at life like that. Be grateful for what you have, and be grateful for the opportunities that you have. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for all of us. I mean, until next time, stay strong as the Sunnah.